Welcome to my workshop. I'm Maker Fishmeal and this is Millie. Today I want to show you a costume breakdown of my Royal Guard Zelda. Royal Guard Zelda is sort of a role swap, so instead of Zelda being the princess and Link being the adventurer, I imagine that Link is the prince and Zelda is his protector, we'll say. So I'll show you my reference. This one is by Kumans and this one is by Zach Fisher Art, and then this is one of Link's canonical armor set. So I kind of combined all three of these pieces of artwork and then added my own thoughts and designs to come up with my Royal Guard Zelda armor. So first I will show you her actual outfit and then I'll show you her props. So the first thing in my box is my cape. This is the super simplest thing to make and to wear. It's a big rectangle of fabric that has a double fold hem around the side, and then two of the corners have been folded up like this, like pleated, and they have purse snaps attached, and these purse snaps attach to my breastplate, and it just hangs over the shoulder like this, except in the back. And it's super easy to wear, it's very dramatic, and you can make them really quickly. So I love making capes like that, especially for a costume like this that's a little more casual. Next is my hip armor. These are 6mm foam, I believe, with bevels and 2mm and googly eye details on it. These have two pieces of elastic. Here's the other one. My belt goes through this elastic and then they just sit on the hips like this. It's very easy to put on, but it does mean that like you have to string everything on the belt in the correct order. So I've messed that up a couple times, but once you figure it out, it's not that difficult. This is the calf and knee armor. These are connected in one piece. The calf armor is made out of 4mm EVA foam, and the knee is made out of, I believe, 6. And then they both have 2mm detail on it. This has elastic in the back, and then it just slips on over my boot that I wear with this. So let me go get that and I can show you. So this is my old riding boot. I don't use these for horseback riding anymore, but they're really awesome for cosplay because they're so broken in that they're super like comfortable, and they look pretty perfect for like a night or something since they're actual riding boots. So this is much easier when I'm not holding it at this angle, but it just goes over the boot like this. And then the elastic in the back is visible, but not enough that I'm gonna worry about it. And then the shoes, these are really simple too. This is 3mm foam. It's pretty thin stuff, and then it's detailed with 4mm actually, kind of thicker stuff to give it a little more depth, and then this is a bevel on top. And then this has a piece of elastic for the around the back, and then also a piece of elastic that goes under the sole of the boot, and that keeps it from slipping off the front and then from slipping off the top. So it goes on like this, and then this goes underneath like that. And then this goes over the convenient spur strap or a spur stopper there in the back. and then it looks like one continuous piece of armor, especially when you're not 6 inches from it. I really like how this turned out. And these boots are, so, like I said, they're so broken in that they're actually really comfortable to wear. This is one of the bracers. This is also 4mm foam, detailed with 2mm, maybe 3mm, and some bevels. This is strapped with really simple pleather cut strips. They're not even hemmed, that loop into this D-ring. Oops. This would be so much easier if we were doing top down, but I am a sucker and didn't want to move the cat. So it loops into this D-ring right here, and then folds over and attaches at the purse snap. Oops. Like that. And then there's another one on the other end. And then those just go on like this. Here is the shoulder armor. I think one of the more dramatic pieces in the costume. This is 6mm foam that's been detailed with more 6mm foam, as well as 3mm foam, and the bevels. Those big bevels make such a dramatic addition to the silhouette. For the details on the entire suit of armor, everything has been dremeled down on the edges. So instead of a right angle where the edge of the foam is, you get more of a slight bevel or a slight rounding of the edge where the edge of the detail is, like right there. And I did that for everything. It's a lot of work. It adds a lot of time to your foam smithing, but it actually makes a huge difference in terms of how realistic your armor looks. So these attach also to the breastplate with purse snaps and a piece of Velcro. So this is the belt buckle and the loincloth. The belt buckle is 4mm foam detailed with 2mm foam. I really love how this turned out. The loincloth is blue suede appliqued onto this navy generic curtain fabric. And then the Triforce is also 2mm foam, and this is just contact cemented onto the loincloth. This loops onto the belt just like along with the hip armor. So you have a belt, and then you kind of string your hip armor and your loincloth belt buckle onto it, and then buckle the belt buckle. I really like that. So the undersuit, I made the top. This blue suede I really love, and I've used it for multiple costumes now. And I didn't want to make the whole shirt out of it because it's precious to me. It was kind of expensive, and I really like it, and I knew that only the sleeves were going to be visible. So I made the body part of the shirt out of this like black generic whatever, and then just made the sleeves out of the blue suede. We made our Heimerdinger coat out of this. That's where we got it, and it's so pretty, and it's almost gone. I'm using it for a project I'm working on right now, and I'm gonna be so sad when it's gone. And then the pants are just a pair of black breeches that they're actually a hand-me-down. Again, using actual clothing that makes sense for a woman who is, gonna be riding around. Like, yeah, she has breeches on. They're real breeches. These are my ears, my elf ears. These are made by Aradani, and they were close enough to my skin tone that I didn't have to paint them. I don't glue them on, I just place them over the tip of my ear, maybe. And then since I don't wear a wig for this costume, I just like pull my hair over the front, and it's close enough. This is not a competition costume, so I wasn't going for perfection with this. I was just going for what looks cool. But I really like these ears, and I'm trying to take care of them so that I can continue to use them in the future. The last piece of the outfit for Zelda is the breastplate. I like to make my breastplates with like tie-up backs, so that they can be slip-on, but then I can tighten them as much as I want. So there's just a strip of reinforcing foam, and then all of the layers have a hole through them, and then there's just a piece of ribbon laced through them. It's super low tech, but it works really well. This breastplate is made out of floor mat foam, actually, and is detailed with 6, 2, and 3 millimeter foam, and then the gorget is made out of 6 millimeter foam as well, and has bevels along the bottom. It turns into a really nice shape once it's tightened. It does kind of like rest on the hips, which I really like. So earlier I mentioned that the cape and the shoulder armor attached to the breastplate. That's another nice thing about it being lace up, is that because it's going to be attached so securely and so tight, you can hang things from your breastplate or have like pieces of armor that attach solely to your breastplate, and it's fine because your breastplate is really secure on your body. So I have several attachment points on each shoulder. This is for the front of the shoulder armor. This is for the cape. And then this is for the back of the shoulder armor, which keeps it from flying forward. The cat wants in. Charlie! So that's the breastplate. The one thing that I don't like about this way of constructing breastplates is that it's too big to be in the box with the rest of the armor and the outfit. So I have a couple of breastplates that live by themselves in my attic. So that is definitely a downside of them being so bulky and thick. But I think it's outweighed by the fact that this can really like hold weight, and you can hang things from it and attach armor to it, and I think that makes it worth it. This is Zelda's spear. It's one of the simplest props that I've ever made. The shaft is just a PVC pipe that's been sanded and painted to look like wood, and then the two blue, I don't know, end caps are literally just PVC connectors that I didn't even glue on. They're just slid onto the PVC. And then the head of the shaft is just foam that's been glued together and very sloppily sharpened. I made this in literally like 2 hours, and I am totally fine with that because it works and it looks fine and it's easy to travel with, and honestly it's kind of dramatic, especially for something that was super cheap and fast. And finally, this is my Hylian wall shield. I adore this shield. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever made, and it was the first thing that I designed for the costume. It is created with a core of cardboard, and then it's skinned with layers of 6 millimeter foam. The handles on the back are just sewn pleather that I put through the foam before I glued the layers together, so it goes all the way through, and this is never going to get like pulled out. And then the details are just different layers of foam. This is 6 or 10 millimeter, this is 2 millimeter, these are 6 or 4 millimeter. These are really thick boys that I sanded on my belt sander. and it's all just painted with rattle cans and acrylics and then weathered the heck out of. It's really light and really easy to carry around a con, and yeah, I really, really, really love this shield, and I love that I designed it myself too. So that's it. If there's anything you would like to see more of or see an in-depth explanation of, please let me know, and I'd be happy to make a tutorial about it, or even just send you some more detailed pictures if that's what you'd like. And before you go, do the thing. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and have a wonderful day. I guess I will be pausing my recording now